100 discs, one winner. The biggest giveaway in disc golf history.
Hello everyone and welcome back to this scintillating conclusion to the 2025 Krokhol Open. This is the final back nine FPO lead card. The best players in the world have gathered here just south of Oslo, Norway at the #1 rated course in the world by UDisc Reviews. I'm Connor Wood and with me, Mr. Andrew Gum.
Super excited to be here. Can't wait to watch the exciting conclusion of the Krokhol Open 2025. We got a battle going on here. We got two players tied at the top. We got a few others jockeying for those podium positions. It's going to be some incredible action. Check out the merch. We got that 100 disc giveaway. Like, subscribe, comment, do everything you can to help support us. It goes a long way.
We see those two front runners, Silva, Saarinen and Holland Handley, 12 under. Ella and Kristin tied in third at 7 under, and the field behind them, both Cadence and Paige, having incredible rounds so far. And you see that those 6 players have separated themselves from the rest of the field quite effectively, and with only 9 holes to go, every putt and every throw will be a make or break situation.
Get it started here on hole 10, down the hill, par 3, 105 meters. Such a fun hole. OB laden fairway all along, left, right, behind, everywhere you see. Got these big birch trees on the right that you have to miss at the very end of it. You just want to get your disc matched with the angle on the hill slope and try to land it soft next to the basket. The closer the better on this green.
We see Holland holding the box right now. That is turned over to the right. Really fortunate to get not as dramatic of a kick as we often see. That one settled inbounds, but certainly not a free 3 from there. Kristin, much more leftwards, sneaks through that tree and finds herself inbounds. Circle 2. Will be a risky putt if she chooses to run it, but at this point in the tournament, she may still be looking to make a final push. Ella opting for forehand flex.
Yep, there we see it. Fights through that tree, stays in bounds, hits that last piece of granite rock. It's going to keep her about 25, 30 meters from the basket. Silva with a standstill backhand, her forte. Overturns it though. Uh-oh, big mistake there.
And neither Silva or Holland with ideal tee shots, but Holland fortunate to stay inbounds after hitting the first available. If she can put this close for a 3, she knows she's likely getting 1 stroke on Silva, even with a par.
Came in a bit hot, but caught those wood chips nicely. Slowed it up about 5, 6 meters behind. Silva running it from deep off the top of the basket. Unbelievable range from Silva. She'll never give up on a hole. I mean, she was OB pretty far back there and just really on point, just a little bit lower. Ella pitching up there. Looked like it was tracking chains, but from the result, more like a layup.
Kristin from deep.
Yep.
But simply opting for the par there along with Ella.
Ooh, solid. Important stroke there. That's going to give her the outright lead. 1 down for the round. Silva needs this. Stay within 1. Take the single bogey.
Important for Silva to take only a bogey there. Was so close even to a miraculous par save, which nobody would reasonably expect to make, but she was just centimeters away from it. No birdies found for our lead card on hole 10. These players will continue to hole 11, an 87-meter uphill par 3, no OB to speak of, but natural rough to both the left and the right with very dense trees. We hear players describing this hole as fair and attackable. A lot of players will opt for a backhand hyzer flip right up the middle, try to land nice and soft. We saw in round 2 just an absolute heat map in the bullseye and one just outside. We've seen that the upper end of the field is able to lace this hole when their game is on. We'll see if Holland can do it as well as she did in the previous round. It is not looking like it, as that late release leaves her in a lot of trouble, Andrew.
Yeah, those birches on the right are a jailhouse. We'll see if she has any kind of window up towards the basket. Didn't look like she went too deep, but they're so thick. I mean, that's in trouble. Didn't see exactly where that one went either, but also in the thick of it.
Near identical shot for both Holland and Kristin. We go now to Ella. See if she has some sort of read on the conditions. This hole is well protected from any sort of wind due to the tree line on both sides, but Ella has the same mistake. Now it's down to Silva. The door is wide open for likely a stroke on every single one of her card mates if she can get a birdie look here.
Oh, super nice hyzer flip up to flat. Oh, catches a branch. But it doesn't hurt her. It just slows it down on point in the bullseye.
I thought she might be heading for the same tree line, Andrew, but it comes up just in time with the fade. That late stability likely gaining her at least one stroke.
Yeah, and getting it right back after hole 10. Super exciting and dramatic race we have here to the finish. Came in tied. They'll be tied after this most likely.
Holland. We don't see what sort of gap she has, but in pure range, she was within distance of giving it a chance. We saw it not get through cleanly, though. Not too surprising. Kristin for the par now.
Oh, another bad miss on the green. We haven't seen that from her so much in the past, so it's kind of still alarming and shocking to see those really like wide right misses from her. Not quite used to it. It still kind of takes my breath away. Like I'm so used to seeing her being one of the most consistent putters in the game.
And it's something which I think we see more often from straddle putters. The staggered, you have that backwards to forwards weight shift, which sort of directs the putt, whereas the straddle putt, it's just the collapsing and opening of the wrist, can be prone to early and late releases if that timing is wrong.
So Silva gets a stroke back. We're tied up, heading into hole 12. It's a par 5, 267 meters or 876 feet. Pretty wide open tee shot, downhill. Really satisfying shot to throw. You get to watch the disc fly. You can put the full flight on it. Most drives will land here somewhere. Basically anywhere in the open is okay. You just don't want to turn it over too much right or left, or you're going to be in some rough. Second or third shot, depending on how it goes off the tee, you're going to want to cross over that skunky OB pond and get yourself up here into the open. There you see the green on the wood chips. Really wonderful hole to play and watch. Not the most dangerous one on the course, I'd say. It's kind of just a straight, mostly downhill. Really pretty looking hole. What do you think about it?
It's a hole which a lot of players say is one of their favorites on the course, and for good reason. It's challenging, it's beautiful, it's fair. I'd say as a par 5 playing pretty soft, but overall I think certainly a hole which can differentiate in scores throughout the field.
Silva shanked that a bit though. Like for having so much space to work with, she ended up way on the far left side of the fairway, and she's gonna be in a pretty tough spot. I don't think she can get across the pond from there. She's gonna have to probably lay up to the edge of the OB area. Pretty unforced error from Silva there after just getting the box back and taking the birdie. So kind of going back and forth here between her and Holland with these unforced errors, it seems like.
Shifting of momentum. We see a good shot by Ella there. And it's possible potentially for Silva to play for birdie, given it's a par 5. If she has a big third shot after laying up, it could in theory be available, but it's a lot of work left. Kristin here, and very nice width down the hill, controlled the whole way. That is a more traditional looking shot there. The pure nose down hyzer. We have Ella up first. This is a driver in her hand. She's looking to clear it.
Oh, catches some late branches, but knocks her down in the fairway. Safe and well. No harm. Pretty easy up and down from there, I would expect. With her well-balanced game, she could choose forehand or backhand. Kristin getting on this. Look at the shape and the power.
My God, what
Up.
a line, what power, what control.
Up on the
Kristin.
green for eagle.
We
Have we
knew it's
seen it?
possible, but I don't think we've seen it yet this
Yeah,
weekend.
I don't recall any. Haven't heard anything about him. Definitely haven't seen it on coverage. Even anybody looking. Silva with a great recovery there. She'll be having a chance still to save that birdie, as you said, from about 20 meters, which is in her range. Absolutely.
Holland playing with an extremely safe shot.
I don't like that too much. She's kind of blocked herself off now on the approach. With all the space in this fairway, I wouldn't recommend going too far off on either side.
No, but I think it's short enough she can just stab a putt through, although, as you mentioned, more stressful and definitely not ideal than what she would like. Yeah, she's close enough to these gaps.
Yeah.
It would be a strange one to miss and
Oh,
prevents her from running it, but almost falls down the hill there, catching a root on the step putt.
and it hit a
composes
branch as
herself.
well, the disc, but it luckily ended up near the basket. That putt sails a little bit wide left.
An exasperated sigh from Silva. Kristin now for eagle.
Ah,
Heartbreaker. Will be left a tap-in birdie, but an opportunity so few are able to find. A little bit hurt to not capitalize on that. Holland, however, good for the birdie. Silva able to take the par, and once again, as you mentioned, Andrew, gets momentum on hole 12, loses it going into hole 13.
Tit for tat battle here, just back and forth. Very exciting and interesting here. And even that third place position is quite close and tight, not just from these players on the card, but as you see there, Cadence Burge 6 down through 12. Anniken Christensen, Stain, and Paige Pierce also in the mix. Ida.
We are outside.
We are together.
Oh my!
We are healthy.
We are inclusive.
Smile.
Smile. You are playing
This goal.
PDGA Europe.
Smile.
We are playing disc golf here on hole 13. Par 3, 96 meters, water lining the left the entire way, as well as OB lining the right side. This inlet narrowing as we get closer to the green, and a steep drop-off both left and long of the basket here. It is a beautiful and terrifying hole, but ultimately will reward those who are able to throw a straight, touchy, flat landing shot or a forehand which crashes into the hill and settles. But given how steep those slopes are, that's never a freebie, even with a good shot.
It's certainly hard not to smile when you step up to this hole, or any hole on this course for that matter. #1 in the world, as we've mentioned continuously, but yeah, I guess if you find the drink, you might be frowning for a moment. But disc golf is a really fun thing to do. Holland, with a solid forehand, gets herself up to circle's edge. Ooh, little emotion, big high five for the caddy. Like to see it. They're in the heat of the battle here. They know what's going down. That was good capture by the camera crew. And
A great looking line here. I love the height to control the fade to the right. Good forwards pushing shot. Finds herself inside the circle. Kristin as well. Very proficient on the forehand. This one a little bit more hyzer than Ella's. As a result, comes up a touch shorter, but also within putting range. Kristin has dropped back to 5th at the moment. Looking into these final holes, she's looking to collect birdies and fight for the podium.
yeah. With her putt not feeling great, though, she's going to have to make a decision. This is a scary, scary green. Silva. Oh, my goodness. Lacing one down the pipe. Fading right on time into the bullseye ring. I like it that they're playing aggressive on this hole. This can be a kind of a survival mode hole, this one and the next one, but
Holland so pure on that putt, and given the proximity Silva was to the basket, effectively forced Holland to run that,
Yeah.
knowing Silva's going to get the birdie if she wanted to maintain the lead, and she does. Ella delivering beautifully as well.
that was so clutch from Holland. You know, even just having the guts to run that putt and then stick it right in the heart. Silva knows. I mean, she watches the scores constantly. She knows exactly where they're at and what that means. So,
And had Holland missed that, it was likely a 2-stroke swing.
easily.
So rare that you miss that putt and have a comebacker that isn't OB and is close enough to be reliably in. So a huge moment for Holland there.
Yeah, and what do you think about Kristin's layup?
I think wise considering what she's feeling right now on the putting green.
Yeah.
Andrew, break down hole 14 for us.
Hole 14 is just gorgeous. Throwing over this lake. You got the 2 trees there. Don't really usually people go on the left side. I've seen people go through them with acting as if it's a double mando. I've seen people go right side of it as well, but it's kind of dealer's choice. Whatever you feel comfortable with, trying to get yourself up to this basket that's perched up with a steep sloping hillside on the right of it. And yeah, the drop zone is optional. But it's a great hole. I mean, they're all fantastic out here on this course, but these 2 particularly are a couple of my favorites. Just for the sheer aesthetic value, you know, to see the beautiful water carry shots and all the danger that can come about, like so much score separation potential.
Players often throwing the same shape and even sometimes the same disc on holes 13 and 14. Ella coming in on edge.
Oh, stop, please.
It's a little curl. Oh, and a big curl.
Womp, womp, womp. Down all the way into the ravine. That is very unfortunate. It looked like a great shot. It just came in a little hot and somehow stayed on edge all the way. Sad to see it.
Tragedy strikes for Ella.
Ooh.
Silva looking for something good here, but this is just shy of the green. Unclear what she's left with. We'll get to her next shot.
She's definitely out of bounds. She may have crossed in up there. I think she must have because she hit that bush on the wide side of it as Kristin does an excellent drive and gets herself into a solid birdie position. Yeah, there you see. Like to retrieve her disc that had rolled down OB. They're going to give her the spot, but she crossed in up here. As I mentioned, that drop zone optional. She gives it a pretty healthy bid, or at least sticks it close anyway.
She knows she needs to, Andrew.
Yeah, and danger here of falling a couple strokes back now. Solid approach from Ella. Holland. Mid C2. Looks like she's eyeing this down. She is going for it. Wide left, but it sticks up on the plateau. She's gonna
Impressive confidence, considering the circumstance, knowing Silva is out of bounds on the drive. She was looking to take 2 strokes, will ultimately likely just take 1. But what a competitive mindset there to be pushing for that, even with the lead on this hole.
I like it. I mean, she was looking to administer a fatal blow there, you know, and take several strokes, and it didn't cost her, luckily, but I do like the aggression. I do like the fact that she's, you know, pushing, playing for the win. Quite good gamesmanship, you know, trying to maybe get in Silva's head a little bit and show her that she's not the only one that can huge putts when it matters. So even though she didn't make it, I still like the play. She's showing she's not going to back down easy or be afraid to shy down from those big moments.
We continue to hole 15. This par 5 sits at 231 meters uphill initially. You have this sort of safe landing zone here for a shorter shot. The fairway then narrows before this central obstacle, forcing players to either the left or the right. They continue to chip away at this distance here, battling up the hill. You have to control your angles completely. Given the short grass, some skips, some rolls can be considered and hopefully avoided as you then make your way up to the green, sloping right to left with that Krokhol style green sloping behind as well as to the left. Players will need to keep it tight the entire way through the fairway of 15 if they're looking to find the birdie.
Yeah, long, narrow fairway here. Kristin getting off the tee clean, testing just that right side a wee bit. She's safe and well, in a good spot. Holland. A little bit left maybe. Gonna stay safe, skips, rolls. It's gotta be on the line. Red flag. That's what Silva needed. Just open that door a little bit. She's gonna have to step right through it. First up, Ella.
This
That's
one's
left.
bleeding left, but low enough to be just before the out of bounds line. I think a few centimeters higher, and that would have been well OB. We go now to Silva. The opportunity that she's been looking for now presents itself.
So good.
Beautiful lace drive. Safe, good progress. You really don't need much, considering it's a par 5 at 230. Obviously plays more going up the hill, but you could, in theory, throw a lower speed disc and chip away at this fairway. Silva getting that up there nicely, doing exactly what she needs to do. Play in the fairway.
That's all that's required. Just keep moving forward and stay in bounds at this point. She knows Holland's OB. She just needs to keep it clean. And as you said, 231 meters, you know, a few shots like that will give you a birdie look. There's nothing more needed.
Holland, pure hyzer here, plays over the left side, brings it back to the right, and very conservative considering the initial OB. That one was not too much distance, but she's just trying to play for par now at this point. As we mentioned, you don't particularly need the distance. Kristin flirting with out of bounds, ultimately finds safety.
Yeah, hugging that line, but in bounds. Ella slipped a little bit, maybe. Fades out, stalls.
Wow, but far enough that she's still in bounds. It widens as you get closer to the green. Had that been shorter, the width would not have been sufficient. Silva, really well executed here. Straight line to the pin. Beautiful slide as she looks to once again grab momentum, holding the tournament within her hands. First and second place up for grabs between these two. All in a critical moment now.
Oh, and she's gonna have a scary putt from circle's edge now for par, while Silva is parked for the birdie after that incredible standstill approach.
Go to Kristin's third.
This is a battle for the ages. We are really lucky to get to see this. Back and forth all the way. Kristin does great and puts herself right up there. She's going to have a birdie chance. Ella lays up. Now, I wonder what Holland's going to do here. Are you kidding me?
Holland, hot hand, Handley.
Wow.
With these putts on this back nine, so comfortable in the spotlight. The pressure's on, heat of the moment. She drowns out the noise and drains the putt.
That is huge. That is so much harder to do than you folks know back home. That drop off is deadly. It's straight behind the basket. It goes to OB. To even make the decision to run that putt, I mean, hats off to her. And then to hit it, wow.
Stone cold.
Stone cold.
Silva did everything right, walking away with only one stroke gained to Holland, now only one behind, as she chips away at the difference there.
And Holland clean on this back nine. She's been struggling with the back nines in the previous two rounds. I mean, she's been hot as can possibly be on the front nines. Today she started out a little bit slower, and now she's keeping it tight and clean on the back.
Hey guys, quick pause. A lot of people are involved in this project. Our goal is to grow the sport and share it with as many people as possible. So if you want to support us, subscribe to the channel, like and comment the videos if you like them, and hit the bell so you don't miss anything. It seems small, but it really helps us keep creating free content on YouTube. Enjoy the video.
You've got to admire the goal of that man and this team. Please do what you can to help.
The goal here of hole 16, 115-meter par 3, is to find yourself in bounds and as closest to the basket as possible while ideally landing short. The OB water lining right and long, well within circle one, only about 4 or 5 meters right up there. It's a critical tee shot that is often a two-stroke swing between inbounds and out of bounds, as the drop zone is not a free bogey.
It's an excellent hole. So fun to play and watch. Dramatic score separator. Skill tester. Kristin shows it off, getting it to stop on the dime there, pin high inside the circle. Huge moment here for Silva.
Playing the hyzer flip, but this
Fade.
is not close
Needs
to
to fade.
inbounds.
No.
And she will proceed to the drop zone. Once again, the roller coaster continues for Silva. When she goes up, she comes down. She fights her way back up and falls down again. Holland now, with it in her hands, an inbounds here is almost certainly a two-stroke swing, as I mentioned. And that right there is inbounds.
Ooh.
A scary putt, but Andrew, I think she would take the 3 there, knowing that's one on Silva.
Absolutely. She's got it firmly in her hands. Now it's just a matter of staying clean here the rest of the way. She can pitch that up for par and know that she'll take at least 1 stroke here. Silva needs to get up and down. A little short. That grass is kind of grabby. I'm sure she's good for it with her putt, but Holland smartly laced it up. Well executed.
Interesting to see a step putt layup, but works well for her there. Could have been a standstill, but she knows her probabilities well.
Yeah, we've seen her do that a couple times over the last few days. I guess back there on hole 12 particularly. She almost tumbled down the hill. But yeah, I think that's what she's comfortable with. That's like, she just seems to work very well. She feels in control of it. Big moment here for Silva, trying to stay within 2 strokes, but she's going to drop back to 3. That double bogey.
She deflates here on the green of 16. She feels it slipping away from her.
Another missed putt from Kristin. She's going to need to get that putt figured out and dialed in with these majors coming up in her homeland and that World Championships in Finland. Of course, you would consider her to be a strong favorite, but the way she's playing lately, I'm not so sure. She hasn't had a win in quite some time. She's been there in the mix.
And we've seen incredible rounds from her. It's just a matter of consistency.
Hole 17 is a par 4, 150 meters, lots of OB. They brought it in on the right side. It's there on the left side. You don't want to overshoot this one if you're a big gun, but you want to be up close enough to make your approach to this very small island green as short as possible. If you don't make that island green, you head to the drop zone. So the numbers can add up pretty quick here. You just want to make sure you're in control of your disc. Get yourself up there with a solid approach. You know, only 150 meters, but can be tricky.
Nice looking shot from Kristin. Great progress, well inbounds. That's the type of shot you'd like to see translate into a birdie look. Holland significantly wider, but with less flex. That is also reasonable.
Yeah, good position. With the wind kind of dying down here near the end of the round, this should be quite doable to control these 2 shots, you know. But a lot of pressure.
On a small island, you see Silva, the lone backhand off the tee. As she's fallen behind Holland, she doesn't even look where her shot is landing. We can see her current emotional state with every putt and every throw. Her heart is on the line, battling not just for the Krokhol Open, but for all of Europe on her shoulders here.
Yeah, she has a ton of pride. She doesn't give up there. She puts herself right up there for a birdie look, putting the pressure back on Holland. I know it's 3 strokes, but the last couple holes can...
It could happen here,
certainly,
Andrew, no doubt.
Yeah.
Holland with a great looking approach though, and she sticks it.
That's huge.
Every chance Silva tries to create. Unfortunately, Holland is matching her, if not besting her in results. Kristin almost chucks that one in and
That was
slows it down. Perfect touch, perfect angle control.
incredible with those harps, just putting them on a dime almost every time. This is a good approach as well. That's going to be up by the basket. But Holland is coming in clutch. I am so impressed with this.
When it matters most, Ella and Kristin tied at 9 under. These putts important now as they are currently tied 4th.
Yeah, definitely worth big money and Disc Golf Pro Tour points. Every position.
Silva never taking too much time on the putts. Looks at the chains and puts it in. She's back to 1 under for the round. And look at that scorecard. It's up, it's down, it's all around.
Yeah, even on the back 9, 4 birdies, but plenty of trouble. Meanwhile, Holland keeping it clean. Getting that 3rd birdie. Securing a 3-stroke lead with 1 hole to play. Nice birdie there from Kristin. She's going to be able to play it safe. Just avoid the big mistakes.
18 has generous enough fairways.
It's a beauty. Tell us about it.
Hole 18, par 5, 288 meters. You have multiple landing zones available to you. You can safely lay up or cross over this ravine in one to where the drone flies now. The fairway then slowly wraps around to the right side. Players can go either left or right of this tree island in the center of the fairway and then swing themselves back into this green, over the water or over land. It is their choice. Ultimately arriving here, ideally in 3 good shots. Another hole that could potentially bring you anywhere from a birdie up to a double bogey. We've seen it all on 18. And the final hole of the 2025 Krokhol Open. Nerves are tight.
It's underway. Kristin launches it down there onto that 2nd shelf. Very well played, in good position. Important tee shot here from Holland. Just needs to keep it clean. Heavy hyzer. That ought to do, though, I think. Oh, it was a little short, but it got some great ground play. Huge break for her there.
And that would be a really significant difference had she not crossed, would be throwing from the previous landing zone and island. Ella, great drive, smushing that one out, center fairway. You see her distance on display there. Silva now has seen Holland land inbounds. 3 strokes behind, currently tied 2nd. So whether or not she has 1st place still in her mind, this is also a battle for 2nd, also a battle for 3rd.
Indeed.
This is turned over.
Oh, no. That's it. Game over. And as you mentioned now, there's quite a battle for 2nd and 3rd positions as Cadence Burge out there shredding it up. Ella's still in the mix with herself inbounds. She's not too far back. So with Silva bleeding strokes here at the very end of this, things are getting interesting for those podium positions. Holland, meanwhile,
needs to just see a green flag here. Hangs out the high hyzer.
yes,
Brings it back safely.
that's it. That's all she needed.
She can chip her way up there with little to no danger. We go to Kristin. Forehand around the left side over land. She'll want this to not fade too much right, and it just hits the ground. A great spot.
That'll do fine. So Ella's sitting at 10 down. If she can get herself up there for a birdie look. First things first, 2nd shot. But yeah, interesting scenario here. With Silva in danger of dropping strokes back. If Ella can get a birdie, and say Silva potentially takes a bogey, that she does pretty well there from a standstill though. She's still hope in that 2nd place position for Silva outright.
Holland, if she can put this close, can find her first European win on the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
Oh, testing that right side. Inconsequential at this point anyway. She knows it. There's the hug from the caddy.
Good enough.
Good enough. You heard it. And that's the truth. She didn't love it, but good enough to get the job done.
Kristin playing alongside with Ella, both of them coming into this hole at 10 under, looking to push 11 under would leave them tied second with Cadence already locked in at the clubhouse.
Right. So Silva not actually able to take it outright. As I said, she's going to have a chance to tie for second if she can make her putt. Or right. Is this for bogey or par? Excuse me, I know I'm a little confused.
Silva now looking at this putt, I believe would be for a par save.
Okay.
4 throws with a single stroke OB.
That's right.
Off the band. I feel she's had so many of those today from range. She's confident, she's giving it a bid, and that putt there will leave her 11 under as well, Andrew. At
So
best, tied second now.
Right, so it would have been for solo second, as I said initially, and then doubted myself. But yeah, interesting finishing here for quite many players.
Kristin to match.
Oh,
A tied second. That putt slips through the right side chains, leaving Kristin behind those tied second at 10 under. Given that there are many players up at the top, the difference between second will lead to either 4th or 5th, depending on Ella's putt.
Ella's parked.
And Silva tying second as well with that bogey. An incredible tournament from her, an unfortunate ending that I think she would not be too pleased with on this day, but I'm sure she can look back at successful moments throughout the weekend as well.
Yeah.
Ella matching the 11 under, tying with both Silva and Cadence in second place.
Cadence with a course record 9 down with 2 bogeys.
And Holland Handley, your 2025 Krokhol Open FPO champion, just like that. 15 under for the event, 4 under in the final round.
Yeah, hugs all around. Congratulations to Holland. What a victory.
For the winner of Krokhol Open 2025, presented by Latitude 64, Holland Handley!
Cementing her legacy in FPO disc golf history with yet another win on the Pro Tour, the highest level of accomplishment for a disc golf athlete.
Leif Aspen handed her the trophy. Incredible event run by him and everyone here. So many volunteers, such great staff.
Yeah, we can do that.
I think so.
Let's hear what she has to say.
What's that? Oh yeah, we can do that first. Okay.
Holland Handley, congratulations. You are the Krokhol Open 2025 champion. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I mean, it was kind of a tense battle all day, so I'm really proud of how I handled myself mentally. I'm just feeling really good right now.
Yeah, there was a lot of ups and downs and back and forth through the round.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like in the heat of the battle?
I mean, I kind of felt like I had to pull on a lot of, prior times when I've been in a battle and maybe not, it's not gone my way, and how often I retrospectively looked back at the round and been like, man, if I had just not gotten too mad or just stayed patient, I actually would have had a shot. And so to be able to pull from that experience and know that, I could, just because I was off to a slow start and 2 back, through I think 3 holes, it didn't mean that the round was over. So yeah, just staying patient and pulling on that experience.
You hit some huge clutch putts with scary greens.
Mm-hmm.
What was going on in your mind in those moments?
I mean, I've been putting great this weekend, and I find that if my head stays in the right spot, the putt usually is great. And I knew that I wasn't getting too upset at the poor throws, so I just really felt like I could trust my stroke and just be nice and confident, put the disc high, give it a chance, and they were dropping today.
So this is your first win in Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we got a big swing coming with 2 majors in a row. How do you feel like you have some momentum moving into those events?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I know I haven't played those courses before, but I've been studying the coverage and the caddy books, and so I feel like I've got a good idea going in what kind of shots and stuff that I'll need. So really, it's just going to be about staying locked in, getting good quality practice, and just staying in the right headspace and give myself a chance.
Okay, here at the end, is there something you would like to say to our viewers or your people back home?
Yeah, I mean, my family's not even awake yet, so yeah, just a huge thank you to everyone for the support. I've been seeing the kind messages online and through Instagram, and it's been cool to see that I have so many fans in Europe already. But yeah, I just know that I appreciate you guys so much.
It's been great to have you on MDG coverage. Congratulations. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
The words of a champion on the Disc Golf Pro Tour, Holland Handley, with a total 15 under, 4 under in this final round.
Yeah, it was an incredible tournament. So dramatic and exciting, that battle that we got to see there between Holland and Silva, and with Kristin and Ella there in the mix. And yeah, huge shout out as well to all the great players, all the people who made this happen. Cadence Burge, awesome course record. She's a young talent to keep an eye on. It was a wonderful event. Everybody did so good. The media coverage has been fantastic. Thanks everybody for doing what you do. Thank you guys out there for viewing and for doing what you can to support us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for those YouTube Premium subscribers supporting European Disc Golf. Everyone who watches, you are supporting us directly. Like, comment, subscribe, and join us next week at the European Disc Golf Festival in Tallinn, Estonia. Thank you, and have a good night.